Mr. Transformers 96 here with another video review. This time I'm going to be talking about basically the Baby Yoda wars. So we have Sideshow and Hot Toys essentially. Sideshow just recently confirmed and announced and put on pre-order their 1:1 scale Baby Yoda from the Mandalorian, and swiftly on their heels, Hot Toys made sure that they would announce their upcoming figures for the Baby Yoda line to kind of tell people you might not want to pre-order Sideshows and hold off for ours, because Hot Toys just yesterday announced that they're doing a 1:6 scale version, a 1:4 scale version, a life-size version, and then a Cos Baby line for him as well. So they're going all out with Baby Yoda, which they'd be idiots not to. I did make a video talking about my thoughts specifically on the Sideshow Baby Yoda, so if you want just my thoughts on that one, feel free to check out that video. And in that video I mentioned that I was 100% sure that Hot Toys was going to do one as well, and that has been confirmed, obviously. So this video is basically me talking about what I think of Hot Toys versus Sideshow when it comes to what the Baby Yoda figure is going to be like, and how which one I would probably recommend getting without seeing Hot Toys as yet. So this is kind of a little preview, Sideshow versus Hot Toys. I'm sure I'll do like an official one once Hot Toys shows and announces, or they've announced, but shows their version of Baby Yoda. I'll make another video really going at it side by side here. But in this, I kind of want to do like a preview of the kind of versus Sideshow and Hot Toys. So let's go over it. So if you're a little unfamiliar with Sideshow, and when it comes to Baby Yoda, I'm seeing a lot of people that I have never seen buy Sideshow figures before, Hot Toys, pre-order this figure. It seems to be one of those items that kind of transcends the genre of people who usually collect this from these particular companies, because Baby Yoda is just such a big deal. So because of that, I think there might be some people who don't quite know which one to go with, or kind of don't know the pluses and minuses between the two companies and things like that. So I'm going to kind of break it down here. So first of all, we have all the details for Sideshows. We have the pictures, we have the release date, and we have the price. The release date's also not bad. I'm quite impressed with the release date. It's just a little bit later this year, which is quite nice. I would have expected 2021, to be honest. Now, it could get delayed. However, currently the release date's pretty good. And I also mentioned in my video that I think that this Baby Yoda figure from Sideshow is outstanding looking. I think that it's one of the best products that they've ever shown. It looks perfect, to be honest. Now, Sideshow has a reputation, and some people who don't collect Sideshow avidly might not know this, but they have a reputation for having really good, preview pictures, and the final product being still good, but not as good as those preview pictures. So I would definitely think that that would be the case here, just because it looks so good and so much better than Sideshow's usual quality that I could definitely see this figure not looking as perfect in person. Now with Hot Toys has a much better track record of having the final product look just as good as the preview pictures. They're very good about that. Their quality from prototype stage to final product is usually very on point. It's usually identical. So because of that, we'll have a much better idea of kind of, which one to go to or go with once we have the Hot Toys version fully on pre-order, because what you see with the Hot Toys preview pictures is going to be what you're going to get. With the Sideshow ones, that's not necessarily true. The quality could definitely go down. So that's something to be wary of. Now, the Sideshow figure, though, is so perfect looking that even if it did go down a little bit, I think it would still be very nice. Extremely nice, to be honest. So there's something of that to actually look for as well, because it's quite good. Now, when it comes to Hot Toys, what is my prediction for their figures? Well, first of all, I think that the 1:6 scale figure, I'll be really interested to see if that is a figure on its own, which it certainly could be, but because they've done that before, where they release just very small figures by themselves. But I doubt it. I think that more likely what they'll do is they'll do the version of the Mandalorian in his new, kind of a Mandalorian armor that's completely chrome, and then they'll have the figure come with him, the child come with him. I think that would be quite nice. And that's something that I could definitely see myself purchasing. I was really tempted to get the original Hot Toys Mandalorian, but once I got to episode 3 and he changed his armor, all desire to get that figure were totally gone, because I'm like, if I'm going to get a Mandalorian figure, it's definitely going to be this one. So for me, I'd be quite tempted to purchase that, especially if he does come with the child. And I think that that's the scale where I could definitely see them doing multiple heads. I definitely like a few different heads for different expressions. I think that would be quite nice. Same thing with the quarter scale. The quarter scale will be by himself, I'm sure. I doubt that we'll get a quarter scale, with the Mandalorian. That's possible, but I think the quarter scale will most likely be the child by himself. However, I think that figure is going to have a multitude of accessories. An environment base, I'm like 100% sure he'll have. And then I'm sure he'll have a bunch of accessories, including the little joystick knob, the cup, maybe one of the frogs. Excuse me, sorry. I've usually have my phone on vibrate, but usually or a frog, and then I assume multiple heads as well. Maybe just one interchangeable head, but I could definitely see it having an interchangeable head with a different expression. I think that would be quite nice. And then when it comes to the life size I'll be interested to see what he'll come with. I think accessory-wise he'll come with a lot. I'm not sure if he'll come with a base. I think the base that the Sideshow one presents itself with is quite nice. I think that that's a very cool-looking base, and it works very well with a life-size piece. So I'm not sure if Hot Toys will have a life-size base, but I think it'll come with more accessories than the Sideshow one does. I think he'll have interchangeable hands. I think he'll have the knob. I think he'll have the cup at least, and then maybe a frog. But I don't think that the life-size one will have an interchangeable face. I could maybe see interchangeable eyes to have different expressions eyes-wise, kind of like with the eyelids down a little bit more, maybe a little bit more angry, things like that. But I'm not sure. That might be a little too difficult, or not too difficult, but it might create seams in the eyes that look weird, so they might not go with that. But overall, that's kind of what I see happening when it comes to Hot Toys' line for the child. I think that those are kind of my predictions as to how those figures will go down and kind of be. I'm very excited to see what the Hot Toys version does look like, because the Sideshow one looks spectacular, it really does. But again, I think that there's a much better chance that in person it won't look this good. While Hot Toys, when they show their figure, that's how it's going to look when it comes out, which is kind of nice to have that quality guarantee, essentially. Now, the other difference, though, is that Hot Toys might be more expensive. Now, Sideshow has slowly creeped up and became just as expensive as Hot Toys, so they might just be on par. Hot Toys might even be a little bit more tempted to price theirs a little bit lower, because I can't think of another time when Sideshow and Hot Toys made the same thing. Like, it's, sometimes they make the same characters but in different scales, or one does a statue and Hot Toys does a figure, but I've never seen them just do the same thing at the same time. Just have two products completely competing against each other. So because of that, it'll be interesting to see if Hot Toys does, attempts to beat Sideshow as far as either price or accessories. Because quality here, I'm sure the final product quality-wise will be better on Hot Toys. When it comes to the preview pictures, the quality, I think, is going to look pretty close to each other when it comes to the photographs. So yeah, so there's my kind of thoughts on the Sideshow versus Hot Toys when it comes to Star Wars: The Mandalorian, life-size, the child, or Baby Yoda. I'm quite excited to see Hot Toys' version, and again, once Hot Toys starts showing their Baby Yoda figures, I'll definitely be doing videos, and I'll probably do another comparison video specifically when it comes to the life-size versions. So let me know what you guys think of kind of Sideshow versus Hot Toys making the same product at the same time. Which one do you think is going to be better? Which one do you think is going to be more worth it? And yeah, just let me know what you guys think, and thanks so much for watching.